Y'all warmed up? We're live.
Warmed up. We're
Yeah,
live, Doug.
usually, yeah, no profanity. There's a 5-second delay. We've warmed up our voices. We're ready to rock and roll. Hello, everyone. I've got like multiple screens going on, and there's a slight delay. So I move in one and I don't move in another. But
Well,
anyway,
welcome everyone to the
yeah,
Seller Community Podcast livecast. So new to me. If you guys don't know, haven't heard, I'm nervous for lives, Doug.
live without a net.
I
You want me to
know.
just drop out or freeze up? You
No,
got this? The
are you
Liz Show?
kidding me?
Ladies and gentlemen, the Liz O'Kane Show.
No, Doug, do not leave me. As we wait for a couple of people to show up, I see some of our friends in the chat. Welcome.
Yeah, thanks everybody for listening in, and great to be here. So we're going to do a little episodical recap and then talk about some stuff, and hopefully there are questions that you have that we will endeavor to answer.
Yeah, so we'll wait for a couple people to come in. I've got some seller shout outs,
Yes.
some seller news. We've got lots
Yes.
of news and the episode recaps. Hopefully, yeah. Oh, you got them. You got
We
them
can still
marked.
do sound effects live, ladies and gentlemen. I know it's
Oh
very exciting.
man, don't pull out the crickets on me, Doug. You will hurt my feelings. Oh, come on.
Anyway, all right, we got some people hopping in. Some new names.
Stuart made it. Hi,
Stuart's
Cheryl.
here.
Laura, so I creep her out. She has the same problem I do. I'm a little old school and I just haven't caught up with technology. I get in my car and whatever I was listening to last plays. So she's like, every time I get in my car, you're yelling at me. Because the podcast is on when she gets in her car.
Interesting.
Hi, Clara. List Perfectly.
Hey, Clara.
Ed.
All right.
What do you say, Doug? Should we get started?
Yes, let's get started. What's up, Liz?
Not much, Doug. How are you? How's your Wednesday, the middle of the week?
It's been good. I'm very excited about the live cast. Very excited to, do the recap, answer some questions. And I always say, List Perfectly questions, selling questions, movie questions, music questions. And it's one of the best months of the year. It's October, which is Halloween. And I'm a big fan of horror. So if you have any horror questions, anything like that, we'll be happy to answer them. We can ask Liz what her favorite scary movie is. What's your favorite scary movie, Liz?
I don't have one, Doug. I'm not. You guys, I'm horrible. I'm horrible at music and movies. You're putting me on the spot.
All right, I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. You caught me off guard.
That's all right. But, well, let's get started. Let's take it from the top.
Let's do it. So, again, welcome. I just wanted to take a moment and shout out 2 things that happened in the selling community this week. Well, the last month. First off, I want to just say congratulations to Barbara Coulson. She recently started using List Perfectly, and this is a post that she put in the Facebook group. I'm sorry, Barb, I didn't ask your permission, but this is a huge kudos.
It's live.
So before she started using List Perfectly on a regular basis, her Etsy store was around $400. She started using List Perfectly. Her August total, so in July, was $433. She started using List Perfectly. In August, it went up to over $1,600 when she started cross-posting. So I think that is amazing. And Barb she sells a lot of books, collectibles, cookbooks, small electronics, coffee mugs, games, that type of thing. So she's making bank just cross-posting and adding that extra platform. So congrats, Barb.
Yeah, that's epic. Congrats, Barb. And that's my mom's name too, Barb. So,
well, then your mom must be cool then.
That I call her mom. But she's all right.
Good. That's good, Doug.
If she's listening, Mom, I love you. You're super cool.
Your mom's not listening.
I don't think so.
Okay.
She'll listen after the fact and then ask me a bunch of questions. Why'd you make that joke?
Do you want to
Why do
announce
you
the next one? Do
harass
you want me
that
to keep
nice
going?
lady?
Oh my
Yeah, let's
gosh.
keep going.
We'll do jokes. No, that's
Yeah.
Mare. I see her in the chat. Hey,
Uh-oh.
I told Doug I was talking to my friend the other day and I dropped your name and he got scared.
Yeah, Liz and my lovely wife Meredith, or Maritini Mercantile, are having conversations on the side about shows that
Yeah.
they watch without me.
Yeah.
All right, what's next? We've got
Next, go ahead.
Liz, did you catch our friend Alex? By the way, everybody, shout out to Alex Shadrow Sustainabay, who is in the background. She's our Dr. Dre today, our Nile Rodgers, our Rick Rubin producing the show in the background, making us look and sound good, just like my super bright chandelier. But she was on earlier this week with Rhonda, Diva Studio, and they talked about sustainability and reselling and fashion. And it's on the Pink Diva Studio IGTV. And then, yeah, Pink Diva Studio is awesome. She does all kinds of stuff, lots of motivational stuff. She's
Mhm.
always on Instagram, and she's definitely a friend of ours and a friend of List Perfectly. And she does interviews every Wednesday with live interviews with members of the selling community.
Yeah, Brunch with Diva. Go check her out on Instagram.
Nice,
And Alex especially did a sustainability.
very nice. And
Yeah.
her favorite color is obviously pink. She has cool glasses that she's
Her
wearing.
cool pink glasses. Yes.
Yeah, and she does I've seen her husband on there too. She does some fun stuff with her husband too. It's cool. She's got a fun channel. And then Liz, I'm gonna lead Liz along here. I'm like the color commentary. And Liz, what's coming up
So
fast?
super fast, Posh Fest.
Very
So
excited.
starting October 8th, 2 days, Friday and Saturday, October 8th and 9th. They just announced, I mean, there's a lot of guest speakers, a lot of seller speakers, seller sessions. Um, they just announced this week that they have added someone from Google and somebody from TikTok to their speaker lineup.
Nice. And
So
so
make sure that you check out PoshFest
and
if you're
that's so
interested.
now
It's
Liz is
virtual.
on the fence. Liz is on the fence. She might go now because she wants that Google inside info, that TikTok inside info, so she can up her TikTok game.
Yes.
Yeah.
But if I don't go, well, this is something that I'm going to do anyways. Speaking of PoshFest, Doug,
Yes.
the the Mega PoshFest virtual party.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So this is the official Poshmark approved event. It's co-hosted by Brad and John, the Posh Kings, Roslyn, Carla, Leslie, Jasmine, and it's sponsored by List Perfectly. It's going to be a phenomenal event. You may have seen the banner sold out. I got inside information, Doug,
Nice.
right before we went live.
Yes.
If you have not gotten your ticket yet, it's sold out. Sorry. Friday morning, log in to the link. Liz Perfectly just put it up there. Friday, there will be 25 extra tickets available. They're making sure that this
Ooh,
event runs smoothly for everyone, so they do not want to oversell.
okay.
But they're going to release 25 tickets on Friday. The cost is $5, and that entire $5 gets donated to the Women Against Abuse charity. So it's all of your proceeds. They're just donated and get back. They don't need the money, but they
Yeah.
wanted to pick a charity. Now it's going to be, I don't, like an hour and a half, 2.5 hour event. I need to check in on that. Um, over 30 prizes. So uh let's see, I have it in here somewhere.
Okay.
So 30 mega prizes, laptops, Dymo printers, Gooch bags, Poshmark shopping, free list perfectly swag. I mean, we're I mean, I love getting swag. I love notebooks, I love pens, but
Me
this
too.
is laptops, Dymo printers. Like, this is no joke all out. They're gonna give away 30 prizes. But in the event, don't just show up just for the prizes. I want to go. Now, I want to win prizes, but I'm cool. I've got this cool seller community podcast swag right here, which we will be giving one of these away at the end of the session tonight. But they're going to do a Poshmark recap. They're going to do trivia, and really just having fun and learning about Posh and Women for the day, and really just kind of a wind down and having fun with your friends.
That is cool. I can't wait. The virtual red carpet. I'll be there. I'll wear my
Yes.
red carpet suit. It's a suit made of red carpet. Yes. All right,
What
Liz.
else is going on, Doug?
Wait, I got to jump in because it's live. And, I like to go like off the cuff. It drives Liz batty. She likes to, but I'm going to go off the cuff. First of all, Ed, the reselling writer.
Yes.
He said he made an extra 7K since starting List Perfectly because of cross-posting. And he's going to upgrade to the pro plan because of the PhotoRoom integration. So that's cool, dude. And then
Ed, that is awesome.
And then this also caught my eye. 1987 Ventures Tracy, one of her favorite horror movies is The Changeling. Ever seen it? Yes, Tracy, I've seen it many times. That's one of the ones I whip out. It's very atmospheric. I love it. It's got one of the best openings in movie history, I think. Very scary. And it's one of those creepy build type of things. And I love it because it's kind of like a classic horror, haunted house, ghost story type of thing. But that's a great choice. That's your favorite. That's a solid one with George C. Scott. So thank you, Tracy, for that. And thanks, Ed, the reselling writer, for the comment. And sorry, Alex, to jump in, but those just popped into my head.
I think, Doug, you're loving this. You guys
I
have
do.
to remember, we're used to doing the podcast, and I can stop and start whenever I want, and I have a lot of awkward pauses and ums, and so this is new to me. This is new to me. We're gonna keep it going, right?
No, but Liz is doing great. I don't mind live. I like off the cuff, so it's not going to be perfect, but it's good. But we are used to. What's funny when we do the podcast is we usually talk and record 2 or 3 times as much as we use. So we talk, we get warmed up, we catch up, we talk about different kind of stuff, and then it gets edited up. But we want it to be very conversational. But we talked to went like for instance Maria the stylister when we interviewed her, we got like an hour and a half of content. And it was we talked a lot about supply chain stuff at the very beginning, things like that, and then just some other stuff. And then we narrowed that down to half an hour. And then Liz and I usually, when we're trying to get half an hour, usually takes us an hour, hour and a half, because we get warmed up and we chat. But a little inside info there behind the scenes,
Yeah,
as they say.
behind the scenes. So, and I see Vicky and Nicole Brown. I do see some Facebook user comments, but I it's different in this end, Doug. This whole Facebook Live thing.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. It's like a shuttle launch in here. I've got 2 laptops, my phone, the mixer, multiple documents open. I'm going back and forth.
Wait a minute. You told me that you were coming in hot, sticky notes, no background check.
Wait,
What's going on here?
Here's my notes. So, which I can barely read. I have the writing of since it's October, writing of a serial killer or a doctor, which is a fine crossover there.
So yeah, Ed said that he always loves interacting with everyone during the live feed. It feels more like a community. And I will tell you, it does. Seeing the comments on the side is comforting to me right now because again, doing these lives is it's nerve-wracking for me. So your comments all on the side is making me feel more at home. I feel like I'm just in the Facebook group and like I'm doing some talk to text on Facebook or something.
We are, yes, we're among friends. And I got to say, since we're on YouTube, I got to say, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment, tell your friends. We should have started out with, hey guys. Isn't that what everybody starts out with? Hey guys,
Hey
watch
guys.
this. So Nicole is asking me about The House is October Built. I know I've seen it. I think it's on my queue. I haven't seen the movie. But it's in my queue. That's what I'm trying to say. Because that's the other thing I do is my wife will tell you, I'll literally spend hours going through and adding stuff to the queue. So every streaming channel, I have a giant queue. And I love movie trailers. So I'll watch trailers. I'll watch like trailers all night. but
I know this
that is on my
because
list.
Mare and I talk about our TV watching habits, and we're finally catching up on our shows.
There's one I'm excited about on Netflix. It's Midnight Mass. I want to see that one.
I don't know what that is.
I don't have a ton of time
I
to watch shows, but we watch on the weekends.
Yeah.
So, all right.
So, yes, it looks like Consignment Chats is in here. Colleen Gallagher made it. Hey, Teresa made it. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry. I don't really know what I'm doing, but we're going to catch up. We have more news, selling news. Doug, speaking of events,
Yes.
PoshFest, virtual PoshFest mega party. Again, Friday, List Perfectly is going to release, well, not List Perfectly, but the event's going to release 25 more tickets. What else is happening, Doug?
Well, did we cover all that there? Did you talk about your trivia and your community awards announced for best closet?
Yes.
Best, I
Your
think,
chandelier, they're not
I
talking
think
about your actual
I gotta
closet,
be a
Doug.
shoe in. There's a closet. It's the brightest light of all time. I think I'm a shoe in for that. I'm just gonna write my speech now, and I'll be like, I wasn't expecting to win, ladies and gentlemen, but I'd like to thank. And then
Okay,
best social
Doug, we're
media.
talking about the Poshmark closet, not the
Oh,
actual closet that you sit in to
oh,
record this.
I have an
Um,
empty Poshmark closet.
but yes, so a lot of trivia, a lot of prizes. There will be community awards. So when you logged in and purchased your Mega Poshmark, oh my gosh, this is why we have a edit button on
Yeah, I'll edit it
podcasting.
out,
Doug,
Liz.
you
Go
say
ahead.
it.
I'll edit
You
it
go
out.
ahead. You'll edit it out. The
It's like I can't say it. You say it. What
the
am I
Mega
saying?
Poshmark virtual party.
Mega
Um,
Poshmark, Mega Posh Fest virtual party.
So yes, there will be community voted awards for
Yes.
best closet, best social media, best photography, most supportive PFF, most listings in your List Perfectly catalog, List Perfectly community spirit award, and more. So to wrap that event up,
Okay.
Doug, what else is coming up?
Well, Liz, coming up within the month is the reseller remix
Yes.
in
Oh,
fabulous
Mr.
Las Vegas, which I love Las Vegas. I haven't been in a while, but I love Las Vegas. Obviously reminiscent of eBay Open, but this is going to be fab. Liz Perfectly is going to be there. Liz and I are going to be there. We're going to be recording. A bunch of friends are going to be there. A bunch of new friends are going to be there. We're going to be walking around, recording, attending the events, and looking forward to meeting new people, hanging out in Vegas, networking. All the places I used to hang out in the 90s, I think have all been blown up, but I'll go by the piles of rubble. I'll avoid the Raider Stadium. You know,
There you
I'm
go. We'll be
not
far
a Raider,
away.
not a Raider fan.
So, so yeah, the Boss Reseller Remix is going to be in Las Vegas, Nevada, October 19th to 21st. There's actually going to be a like a meet and greet or an icebreaker on the night of the 18th. So if you get in early, all of that information is on the Reseller Remix site. Tickets are still available. They are $295 for the 3-day event. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
So first, let's just talk about who's going to be there. So this is going to be the biggest in-person event of the year
Yeah.
for reselling.
By far.
Ryan and Allie Roots from Rally Roots. So first off, this is co-hosted by Teresa Cox and Katie and Vicky from the Katie and Vicky show,
Yes.
all from the Boss Facebook group. So that's who is co-hosting and putting this event on. Ryan and Allie Roots will be there to speak from Rally Roots. Brad and John, Posh Kings. Mark II from Not Your Dad's CPA. Trish Glenn from Supercell Trish, a presenter at eBay Open. Casey Paris, Rockstar Flipper. Wade's Venture is going to be there. Sydney from Thrifting Debutante. Lori Wong from Reflections of Trinity. Star Bryson from Flippin' Hippos. Jesse and Austin Smith from Yesterday's Fits. Barry Tubwell from Afro Vintage, Amanda, Clara, Diane Lasan from the Wicked Smart eBay Sellers
Mm-hmm.
Group. There's going to be local Vegas sellers, and you and me,
Exactly.
and 300 of our friends.
And what's rad is this is a great value, so much information, But what I really like about this is you don't have to pick and choose who you're going to see because they're all running. What is that? Concurrently? Or
Not
not at the same
concurrently.
time, not concurrently,
Right.
non-concurrently.
Yeah, so
So
you'll be
you'll
able to
be able
go
to
to
see
every
everything.
single presentation for more information. I mean, I think we did a podcast on this recently. So go back and listen to the podcast on the Boss Reseller Remix. Listen to Katie Vicky. Just to break this all down, go to the Boss Reseller Remix website. And I see List Perfectly has put that in the chat. Thank you.
There you
There's
go.
a big announcement though, Doug. I'll leave this to you because I just tend to talk and not let poor Doug have
That's okay.
his little spotlight or whatever.
So, and this was just announced this afternoon. Correct me if I'm wrong, Liz.
Like an
This
hour
was
ago.
just announced an hour ago. It's hot off the presses, hot news, breaking news, Liz. Breaking news. I don't know if I need a breaking news. Here, this is for Clara. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a ticket giveaway for the Reseller Remix. So resellerremix.com, you can win a ticket to the incredible Boss Reseller Remix. Liz and I will be there. Please note, you must be able to attend the conference in Vegas. I think that's an important asterisk. I won, but I can't go. You got to go. So if you can't go, don't enter. So it's a $295 value. It includes incredible speakers. Liz and I will be there. Liz and I are running a panel too, by the way. She didn't mention that. So we're going to be podcasting, recording, interviewing, and running a panel on community, the concept of community. Networking, which is worth the value alone. All the people you're going to meet, all the connections you're going to make, and lots more. Please note, this does not include travel or hotels. You will win one ticket. So you got to pay for your hotel. You got to pay for your food, your travel. You got to get there. But once you get there, you got the ticket.
Yep.
Got to go through security and all that. I don't know about those details. But
so
and if
yeah,
you
make
win,
sure to go.
If you win, I'll have a drink with you.
Okay. Where's the crickets button, Doug?
Let's stop the show. As usual, I can stop a conversation.
So yes, that ticket is up for grabs. Remember, go to resellerremix.com. See if this is your thing. If you can make it to Vegas, October 19th to 21st, enter to win. You can enter to win by going to the list. Let me slow down. Doug, edit that. You can enter to win by going to the List Perfectly Facebook group, and there is a post there. Enter to win. You can also go to the List Perfectly Instagram page at List Perfectly, and there's a set of rules to enter there. You can enter in both places. However, the combined between the Facebook and Instagram, there will be one winner chosen.
So, and that's
so we hope to see you there.
That's right. Hope to see you there. And if you missed eBay Open, I mean, this is the next best thing. And they've actually made some improvements on some of the things that they've heard about over the years from eBay Open. And the big thing is you don't have to pick and choose who you to go to see. All right, Liz, I got to stop the show.
Oh dear.
Franklin Hill Ventures says that I look like Adrian Cronauer. I forget who that is, but I hope it's good. I need you to Google it.
You do that.
Adrian Cronauer. I think I know who that is.
Oh yeah, Ed, if you win the Reseller Remix ticket, you're booking the hotel that same day. So this is going to be all of us are pretty much, not all of us, but most of us are pretty much staying on Fremont Street. On that website, there's a list of places to stay. Oh, Veranda Files. Hey, Hydra. Yeah, you're welcome. I know you reached out for some help. I'm so glad that it helped.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm just scrolling through chat. This is really cool. All of my friends are in one place together, and I love it. Yes, Katie, Vicky, Harry Tornado, and his wife are attending too.
Oh. Do I look like the young Adrian Cronauer or the old Adrian Cronauer? I had to stop because of that. Anyway, no, that's Adrian Cronauer. Oh no, what'd I do?
Oh, Live 101, Doug.
I apologize, everybody. All right, to make sure I'm sorry. We're new to this, folks. All right, Liz, do we want to get into the crux of the show?
Yeah, let's just do some podcast recaps from this month. What do you think?
Cool. All right. Where do we want to start? Do we want to start recent or way back? You pick.
That's you pick, Doug. All up to you.
I'm gonna mix up your list. Is your son playing video games in the other room?
Oh my gosh, can you hear him?
He's like,
Oh my
no,
gosh, you
just
guys.
kidding. What's he playing?
He is. I have no idea.
All right.
Can you hear him yelling at his friends?
Yeah. Stop
Hold
it.
on just a second, you guys.
No, I got to tell you, speaking of live, a couple of weeks ago, I was in a work meeting. I'll tell our listeners, Liz, it's okay. He's got to have fun. Mom, I was in a work meeting and this guy logs in and he's like, I'm sorry, I had to call in with my phone because my internet's down. And then he goes, I hope you don't hear my neighbor. He's walking around screaming at the top of his lungs because he's a fairly well-known Twitch streamer and the internet's down and he can't Twitch. So he's yelling in the streets. Like that's going to help bring the internet back.
That's
Anyway.
funny.
All right.
So
So
yeah,
Liz, let's go back. Let's go
now
back.
that we've thoroughly embarrassed my
Let's
son.
go back, Liz. Let's go back. Let's start with episode 29, Maritini Mercantile.
Yes.
So yeah, that was a great story. We talked to her about growing her business and how she does a lot of handmade arts and crafts, a lot of handmade stuff. And she came from the corporate world and is building that back up. Had to take a few months off and then is slowly building that back up. Had some success with some masks, had some success with some adult themed cookware, I guess you'll say.
Some
And I,
novelty items
yes,
that are quite successful.
that's right.
But that handmade market on Etsy, that is just it's foreign to me because I don't sell on Etsy and I'm not a
Yeah.
home like I can't even I'm not a homemade person. Like I can barely sew a button, right? So all of that is just so cool to me. And it's really turned me on to Etsy a little bit more and looking around. On LinkedIn, I actually just shared they have a virtual Etsy home.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll share it in the
Oh,
Facebook
yeah,
group.
that
I
is
don't know.
sweet. Interesting.
Yeah. So it's Etsy Home, and they have a virtual house that you can walk through with products that are for sale. I did look at the kitchen. Mayor, I'm so sorry your aprons didn't make it,
Mhm.
but I think we need to email Etsy and tell them that they need to hang your apron up in the kitchen.
And so that's interesting. So what we're going to do is we're going to tease you. So if you haven't listened to the episode, these are maybe a little inside info, a little bit of a recap, a little tease. I'm not going to, as they would say, lift the apron up too much or open the kimono, Liz. I wait till Liz drinks. Um, so you have to see what the secret sauce is with those aprons. But
Yeah,
yeah,
they
that Etsy shop is cool.
yeah, it really is. And I think Doug, we're sometime in the next couple months we're planning another Etsy episode.
Yeah, we talked
Yeah.
about that yesterday.
We have
We're
some
gonna
cool
do an
stuff
Etsy
coming up with
episode,
Etsy.
get somebody in maybe from Etsy,
Yeah,
do
we'll
that.
see.
So that's the teaser. What else
That
about
was a fun
Martini
episode.
Mercantile?
That was a fun episode.
Yeah, she's a
Oh,
funny lady.
but for those that don't know and that maybe didn't listen, Mare is the better half of Doug Smith.
Yeah, the better half. She's a saint. She puts up with me. She's the glue.
She
She's been
had to
my
close
best
down
friend.
to move you into a
Yeah,
new house.
that's right. Because I
She had to
needed a
take care of
chandelier.
you.
Needed a chandelier in my closet. No, she's
I
been my
love
best
this.
friend for a long time, 30 something years. We've been married 18, 19 years. And we have two wonderful children, Liz. And we like long walks on the beach and things like that. No, she's very cool.
She is. So, but check out that episode, episode 29 with Martini Mercantile, how she had to stop her business and then start it back up. So as she's growing, I want to, I'm holding you to it, man. I want to see I want to see your growth. With that episode 31 consignment chats, who is in the chat
Yes.
also. So
That was
hopefully if
fun.
there's any questions, you can follow up.
Yeah, no, they were.
That
Go ahead.
I was gonna say that was just a great episode. I've been following Consignment Chat. So for those that don't know, they started their podcast pretty much like the same month we did.
Yeah, that's true.
They're ahead of us, Doug.
Well, we're
which
gonna
is
do a
fine.
double week.
It's
We'll do a
great.
double week.
But they do have a YouTube channel. They put their stuff on YouTube. Um, I'm number 35. If you check out episode 35, you can learn a little bit more about Liz. But I really want to say check out episode. So first, listen to episode 31 of the Seller Community Podcast to listen to Tiffany, Molly, and Libby talk about consignment chats, consignment in the community. But go to their YouTube channel, Consignment Chats, and check out episode 37 because it's going to tie into episode 33 of the Seller Community Podcast. So I just wanted to throw that out there before we
There you
get to
go.
33.
Ties together great ladies. They may be getting aprons. We don't know yet. We'll see. That was a fun chat. That was another one though that we went on. We did a lot at the beginning, then we recorded, we did a lot at the end, and we're like, we should start a podcast together, the 5 of us, because that's not enough people talking at
Yeah.
once. But it was fun. We laughed a lot, super cool. And Liz, they heard my plea.
Yes, I know.
And they're gonna have me on the show.
Yeah.
I got tired of being Jan, and Liz is Marsha. It's always Marsha. Marsha, will you come on the eBay podcast? Marsha, will you interview our CEO? Marsha, will you come on our show? And nobody wants Snoop
Poor
Dogg.
Doug.
But the Consignment Chats girls came through, and I'm going to be on their show.
By the way, your deposits will be in the
Yeah,
bank.
exactly.
Thanks for taking
This is
care of
going to
them.
pay you to stop me griping. And by the way, I'm just going to say it may be a very special episode.
I bet
Like
it will.
School. Yeah, like an after school special. You might learn. The more you learn, the better you know.
The more you learn more about Doug, Snoop Dougie on Consignment Chats on an upcoming episode. Listen to episode 31 of the Seller Community Podcast for more about consignment in the selling community. And I don't even do consignment selling, but I follow Consignment Chats religiously on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube because there's a lot of great stuff that comes out.
And what they talk about is true. Is like, if you're a seller, somebody's going to ask you to sell their stuff. And we've all done that. I've got some stacked up stuff that I'm going to sell, and they give you some great tips on there. And then they're Canva Pro experts, so they've got some great Canva tips on making your graphics, and just, great episode. But they are a great resource, great YouTube channel. They have their own podcast, they have their own Facebook group, so go check them out. I got to stop.
And if you have any questions, ask. I know we're used to just doing voice recording. Doug, people can see you. This is live on video.
Stop striking my hand, scratching my nose.
So if you have any follow-up questions about consignment or Consignment Chats, make sure that you follow them in their Facebook group, Consignment Chats, or their Consignment Chats is in the chat right now if you have live questions.
There you go. They're coming to the show. Friends of the show.
Yes.
All right. Are we ready to move on to this one, Liz?
I almost want to skip it and come back to it. No, I'm just kidding.
Speaking of Halloween in October, we maybe should have saved this terrifying subject. Julian from the eBay Vero team came on. Very nice guy. And Vero's such a weird. Such a weird subject, and nobody knows about it. And is there a list? Isn't there a list? So he came on, I'm a very busy guy, took quite a bit of effort to get him on the show. So we appreciate him coming on, working with the eBay corporate comms team to get him to come on the show and talk about Vero. And understandably, it's kind of a touchy subject because it deals with big brands and, what they want to control. They want to protect their brands. And my favorite part was, I think we all have some sort of Vero violation that we admit. Mine was like, compatible with Lego, because I'm hoping to get the Lego traffic. And he was like, Lego probably wouldn't like that. And then I love that he had to shut his mom down because she was trying to use pictures. And she said, why can't I use pictures from somewhere? And then Liz even admitted she's done some Vero-esque stuff.
I think that if you've been, so here's the thing. We need to talk about Vero because there's so much misinformation in our community about Vero, really what it is. Now, I mean, we could probably talk for Vero for an entire week and not come to a final conclusion about what Vero is and isn't, because it's so tricky.
Yeah.
And it's not a perfect program. I think we all know that. And I think if you've been a seller, I've been selling for 19 years. If you've been a seller for 19 years and haven't gotten a Vero, good on you, because it's hard to follow all of these rules that are out there. But we talk about in the episode kind of why these rules are in place, why it's law. I mean, really, some of it's their hands are tied from law.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, so
Well,
I think that it was a really good episode that kind of scratched the surface about what Vero is. But you look like you're about ready to say something big, Doug.
no, no.
Go.
Well, what was funny too is and we edited some of this out, but we left some of it in. But there were a few times where we would each be like, so let's say, or he would say something to be like, well, let's say I have this pen and the logo's on it and I own it and I use my own pictures. And he's like, it's not a problem to sell it. And we'd be like, are you sure? And he's like, yeah, I run the program. I'm sure. What if I have these Nike shoes and I take my own pictures? Are they on the Vero list? He's like, there's no Vero list. There's no, so technically, it's kind of a technicality. There's no technical Vero list that is like Liz's pens. You can't sell them because they're on this list. But there is a list of brands that have put guidelines on eBay's Vero pages that this is the stuff we
Right.
look for. Some are stricter than others. And as Liz pointed out, sometimes brands come in and get hardcore and then get pushed back by eBay if they are infringing on the
Yeah.
sellers. And then the
It,
interesting thing though is they do kind of hand it off a little bit, is like the brand came in, here's the contact, because they're the platform.
right. Yeah, I mean, it's just such a tricky subject, and,
Yeah.
I'm just not perfect, and sometimes I just didn't know the rules, or, whatever. For whatever reason, I've had maybe 2 or 3 over 19 years, and it was like, "Oops, okay,
Hmm, hmm.
sorry." Um and you know, a- and at so here's the big deal. There is a Vero page, right? And it tells you about what happened to my listing, or I want to report a rights violation. Let's see if you're a rights owner. And this all comes from you guys. We edited this episode, and poor Doug does the editing.
Yeah.
It's the DMCA Act, right, Doug? The
A
DMCA?
Run, yeah, and actually not many people know this, but
And I
it was
keep calling
started
it
by
the Run
Run DMC,
DMC.
the
Right,
band.
exactly. I was like, "Yeah, the Run DMC." No, it's the DMCA. It's federal law that they have to comply with. It gets complicated. I'm not a lawyer, whatever. Um, but it really goes down to, don't call Nike shoes Converse. Don't, use your own pictures. Don't copy and paste the items descriptions into your listing. Do people do it? They do it every day. They get away with it. And we hear this every day. Well, my listing got taken down, but there's 100 others. Yeah, you're
And
right.
actually it's don't call Nike shoes Converse. That's like Beastie Boys style though. Beatboxing.
So, I mean, the rules go on and on, but the big thing is there a Vero list? And we keep hearing there's a Vero list. He adamantly denies there is not a Vero list. There's not a technical Vero list, right? But there is
Technically.
a list of Vero participant profiles. So if a brand says that they want to set up a profile on eBay, they can, and that is the list that I think a lot of sellers refer to. Um,
So two excellent points in there. Teresa says, and this is a good point. Don't say Carter onesies. Onesie is a term that it's one of those things like Xerox or Scotch tape or stuff like that. That's kind of, it's a brand term, but it's been utilized for multiple things across the board. So that's a branded term. You can't say onesie. So even if it's an adult
yeah,
onesie.
I think
And
that
then
that
Ed,
episode could have gone on for 2 more hours,
yeah,
honestly.
maybe we'll do
Yeah.
another. And Ed says
Whew.
you can't say inspired by or looks like. It's
Right.
interesting. Or you cannot
Yeah.
say could be compatible with Lego. These are not
Right.
Lego
Yeah,
blocks.
don't put that in your title, Doug. So that was an interesting episode. Like Doug said, we had to work with eBay corporate comms. That was that we were very fortunate that eBay allowed uh, that
Yeah.
eBay even allowed that to take place. So we
And
take what
for
we can get when
yeah.
eBay says, "Yeah, we'll tell you about our program," and I'm grateful for that.
And, it's understandable. Corporate comms took a look. eBay legal took a look. There were a couple of things that they wanted to take out. Just the way things were worded, nothing
But
really
they
like
did it.
crazy. But yeah, we pulled some stuff out, but you got the gist of it. Julian's a cool guy. He said if there are
Yeah.
questions, he'll answer them. So if you have any questions, you can post them in the List Perfectly Facebook group, and we can get them over to Julian.
Yeah, just find the episode in the Facebook, just start a new thread or whatever, and we'll see about following up. Don't know how long it'll take. Maybe it'll be next month's live cast, but we'll see.
Who
Um
knows?
that was a fun one. Episode 33 that just oh my gosh, Doug, that was this morning. This has been a really long
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
Episode 33 came out today with our friend Maria the stylister.
Yes.
That
I thought
so
you were
this is
waiting
what
for
I
a sound
find
effect.
I was
When you
waiting for you
pause, I'm
to
going to insert a
say
sound effect.
I was waiting for Doug to say, "That was exciting."
That was exciting. Yeah, Liz is trying to coach me with my because Liz has a podcast voice, which she's doing right now. And I don't know if I have a podcast voice. I think my voice always sounds the same, but Liz tries to help me with my excited voice. She says to smile or sound like I'm smiling when I talk. But Liz definitely has a podcast voice. She turns it on. Watch when she talks.
Stop. I know. It's horrible, right?
But
Actually, this is just me.
Lizzie from the block, Lizzie in her basement.
Lizzie from the basement, right?
That's right.
But Maria the stylist, this is what I thought was really cool, Doug.
Yes.
So we interview Maria. I post in the Facebook group on Monday, hey, we talked to Maria the stylister. And Consignment Chats reached out. They interviewed Maria too.
Yeah.
So, but here's what's really cool. The very next day, the eBay for Business podcast drops talking about social media and branding.
Yes.
So, this tells me this is a hot ticket item right now, and we're just right on the ball with it.
I'm going to tell you what it really means, Liz. We're trendsetters. We're setting the trend. We're dictating the market. Obviously, Consignment Chats are friends of ours. They want to do what we're doing. We want to do what they're doing. And obviously, eBay has to do 3 branding episodes to compete with our one, Liz, because
I
Maria
know.
the
I know.
stylister was so hardcore. We're
They
dictating the market,
heard
Liz.
they heard Doug and Liz and the ladies of Consignment Chats got Maria the stylister on, so they had to do their 3 episodes.
That's right.
So, definitely listen to Maria on the Seller Community Podcast, episode 33 from today. Maria was a speaker at eBay Open, along with all of the fabulous eBay sellers. So if you didn't get a chance to go to eBay Open online, go to the eBay for Business YouTube channel
Yeah.
and watch that. But especially the seller panels, those were by far the most popular. They were all great, including Maria's,
Yep.
talking about branding your business. You are a small business. I don't care if you're Liz in the basement with 100 items, you're a business. And I love how she brings that home.
And she gives you very actionable stuff. It's not a ton of stuff. She gives you the high level stuff that you should do. And she's got that document on our website that you can download. And there's a worksheet where it's basically like, hey, answer these questions. And it's all there just to help you out.
Yeah. But with that, so go listen to that episode. A lot of great gems that she drops there. But that ties into what I said in episode 31 about branding. I
Yes.
was listening to Consignment Chats on podcasts, sitting there taking pictures, and I was listening, and they were talking about so Molly was giving a demo on Canva Pro. And I'm like, I use Canva Pro. Da, 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 da. And then she starts talking about a branding kit, and I had to stop what I was doing right there and put it on YouTube so I could watch Molly give this whole presentation on how she uses Canva for branding. So that is Consignment Chats
Yeah.
is that episode 37, right? So you can actually go watch that in action. And I know that Consignment Chats is going to be working on branding also and coming out with a series. So definitely watch that and listen to the eBay for Business podcast because that all comes into it.
That's true.
Audrey Tracy's back on the
Yeah.
podcast. I've missed
Audrey.
her. So she had a great podcast that I listened to yesterday on my walk.
And some good tips. Yeah.
I mean, Griff with her as a guest, but Audrey had a great.
No, that was a good episode.
Teresa, Consignment Chat. Yeah, we're just totally on pulse with the community, what we need. So do you have anything else on Maria and branding?
No, I mean, Canva. Like I got to up my Canva skills because, for my day job, I handle the social media there. And we have a graphic artist, but there was a request for a graphic. And I was like, I'll make a graphic. I'm going to go to Canva inspired by Liz and Consignment Chats. I got to sit on my hands. I think I'm going to do that.
No.
And so I go in there. I make a graphic, I got the background, I put the text, I follow the brand guidelines, I put a little picture in there as a layer, and I'm like, okay, here we go. And then I send it over, and then I get back, can you put Cindy in a circle with a white border and fade this out and make this bigger and fade this out and make this a button and stuff? It's like, nope. It's going to the graphic artist until I listened to episode 37 of Consignment Chats and I become a Canva Pro user.
Yeah, go do that. So with that, I think that wraps up this month's episodes of the Seller Community Podcast. Thank you for all the comments. Yeah, Stuart, thank you. Lots of actionable advice from Maria. And make sure to listen to Consignment Chats too and see if Maria gives additional advice on branding your business.
And throw any questions you have in there. We've still got a few minutes. And then Liz, there are a couple other things.
And then I can say this in my podcasting voice. Thank you so much for my great podcasting voice. My friends used to, so I'm retired. So see, I'll go off the rails here. Retired Air Force, you have to answer the phone in a certain way, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
And I could be with my friends, and the phone rings and then the podcasting voice comes on and it sounds like a totally different person.
Nice.
So I think that's why I have this voice, right?
O'Kane. She also has LinkedIn. Well, she changed it. She was Elizabeth O'Kane on LinkedIn, but she changed it to Liz to be consistent with her brand.
Yes. Apparently Elizabeth, nobody knows who I am if I call myself Elizabeth. I guess I've branded Liz so well, right? I don't know. But we do have some cool news that came out this week. Doug, you want to hit both of them and then just have a chat?
All right, Liz, I'll look at the notes. So Poshmark, Liz's notes. Yeah. Poshmark, 80 characters. So Poshmark titles now are 80 characters? Yes. All right. That's very exciting.
I'm glad you listened to me report that on the podcast, Doug.
That's right. No, that's good because no, that is good. It's going to help you with SEO to have longer titles, include more stuff in there. And then the high level tip is you want to maximize those characters. Use as many of those characters as you can, up to 80.
Yes. Yeah. So it just makes cross-posting easier too, even though List Perfectly makes it super easy. If you can do the titles in your listing flow in List Perfectly. Before it was just one little step, but now that Poshmark made it 80, that's just one less. That's like 10 extra seconds I get to save, and it's just easier across the board. Maybe I need to sit on my hands too, Doug. I don't know. That's all I can see.
I'm inspiring you. See, we're dictating the market, and you don't want your titles to cut off. And then the other big lead. Go ahead.
No, go.
Sorry, I'm just trying to keep it rolling. Liz. Because it's live,
It's live.
The other big announcement, and we're fans of Pirate Ship. You got me on Pirate Ship. I use Pirate Ship for all of my shipping, Liz. And they just added.
That wasn't a pirate voice, but that was a good try.
What kind of voice was that? It was an old fisherman down by the sea.
I know. I don't know what that was.
I'm the Who's the fish stick guy? That's the Gordon fish stick guy. Like, if you don't like real fish, I'll sell you fish sticks. Kids will eat them because they're fried.
Oh
Or you
my
can make
gosh.
faux fish tacos. This is our last live
No.
cast, ladies and gentlemen.
There, List Perfectly is going to shut us off.
All right, go ahead, Liz.
Breathe, Doug. Okay. Cool announcement. I logged into Pirate Ship today to create a Mercari label, and big, huge pop up in front of my face. Pirate Ship added UPS.
Mm-hmm.
This is huge. For a lot of sellers, I don't use UPS. I'm like, oh, this will be cool. I took a screenshot, put it in the Facebook group, put it in the boss Facebook group, and the List Perfectly. Everybody is super excited about this, Doug.
Yes. Brown and down and
So,
coming to your town.
yes, because we talked about the USPS surcharges coming up October 3rd, 1st or 3rd. I think it's the 3rd USPS implements. So your packages are gonna go up anywhere from $1/4 to $5 with the holiday surcharge, and UPS is not doing that through Pirate Ship. So check it out. Check it out on the List Perfectly Facebook group, in the Boss Facebook group, to where we talk about UPS being available on Pirate Ship. Doug,
Yes.
we have 8 minutes left.
Okay.
And I want to make sure that if anybody has any questions, and just say hey to everybody that joined us today and it's making me feel like family and not so nervous. And we still need to give away a month of List Perfectly for free.
Yes.
If you're a List Perfectly member, you can use it for an upgrade for any plan, but you'll get your month free. And this cool Seller Community Podcast shirt delivered straight to your door from List Perfectly.
The only thing is
Gloria,
it's
yeah.
one shirt that I've worn and then sent to Liz, and she's worn, and we're gonna send it to you.
That wouldn't happen.
No, it's a new shirt.
It's a new shirt. It's a new shirt. We're gonna make sure. I will not let Doug send you his dirty laundry. I promise.
Wash it and send it.
No, you're not allowed to
Well,
do
that's
it.
what Martini Mercantile does for me too. I don't know what it is. It's like we've got little fairies in this house. My laundry's always done. My stuff's clean. My food's cooked. I don't know what it is.
Amazing how that
I know.
happens, huh? That's why it takes her so long to get back to me on text, right? Because she's so busy.
Girl.
She's like, sorry, I was doing Doug's laundry because he doesn't do it. I'm just kidding.
What is
Yes,
that
so
voice? She's gonna message you about that voice.
what?
Hey, don't
What?
put vocal burn on my wife's voice.
What? I don't. That's just me talking about me. Okay, stop. Stop. We've
All
got
right.
7 minutes, Doug.
All right.
Do we want to do a List Perfectly giveaway? Alex is in the background. Poor Alex. She's learning more about me and Doug, going, wow, these two are crazy.
She's left.
So
she went away.
She left. List Perfectly is gone. I'm sorry. Text us. We'll tell you who the winner is.
Yes.
So I think it's giveaway time. Alex is going to put the winner randomly on the screen. Now we're all going to see this, and we get to see who wins a month free of List Perfectly and this awesome newly designed Seller Community Podcast t-shirt. Here we go.
I don't
We
have a
love
drum
you
roll.
back. Thanks for staying with us.
Oop.
Woohoo!
Meredith Noon. Please drop your
Yes!
Instagram name, Facebook or email here in the chat, as well as your t-shirt size. All right.
Or just jump into the screen next to Doug and say, hey.
Hey.
Congrats, Meher. That's awesome. Now, I'm going to hold you to the fire.
Okay.
When you use List Perfectly, text me. We'll talk about our shows and talk about cross-posting on that free month. Congratulations. And now you and Doug have matching shirts.
That's right. Twinsies. And we can be triplets with Liz.
Yes. We'll do after hours. You know, I picked it randomly. That is awesome. Wow. Wait, is she?
Yeah, it's not inside info. Surprised she hasn't stolen my shirts already.
That's awesome.
All right.
Yay!
So is that all the giveaways? Did we do, I mean, is it one
That's
fell?
that's our giveaway for today, Doug.
All right,
But remember
let's
the giveaways.
yes.
Remember, if you want to go to the Boss Reseller Remix, go to List Perfectly Instagram, List
Mhm.
Perfectly group on Facebook, enter to win a free ticket to the Boss Reseller Remix, the Mega Poshmark, the Mega Posh Fest virtual party with all of the giveaways that's going to be there on October 8th. You can check out the Facebook group for more information. Wait till Friday if you don't have your ticket. What else, Doug?
What else? So, we always say leave us reviews on Apple. If you listen on there, go to the Facebook group, tell us what you want to, what you like, what you don't like, what you want to see more of. If you have any suggestions, anybody you want to have on the show. And you can also email us if you think you'd be on the show, podcast@listperfectly.com. Or if you have questions. And we've got a long list of people on the show. We love to have sellers on and we do some of our own stuff, but we're always looking to add to that list as well. But any other questions or anything?
So, first, thanks, Ed. He loves the live format. Thanks for
Thank you,
putting up
Ed.
with us and all of our dorkiness. Um, One thing, Doug, I have my long list of notes and you have your sticky notes that you're
Mhm.
set to, but you missed something. Is there something on
Uh-oh.
your notes?
Let me see. Oh, we want to push our good friend Teresa Cox's office hours every
Not only
Tuesday.
push it.
Not only
Yes.
push it, not only
This
push
is
it, but what?
we don't
Boom,
want to just push it.
shakalaka.
We're push it real
I don't know.
good.
What do
Uh,
I do?
we want you to go and get your questions answered and learn about Liz Perfectly because these office hours that Teresa is doing, it's a 1 hour
Mhm,
Zoom every Tuesday at 5 PST. Amazing.
mhm.
So many users are learning so much from office hours.
It's like direct access to your List Perfectly professor. Professor Cox,
Yes.
I have a C. What can I do to get a B? What can I ask you some questions? Can we talk about the test? So, no, great.
Yeah.
Tuesdays and
Teresa is a pro List Perfectly user, pro eBay user. She's on multiple platforms, and just to be able to get questions answered. And I know, some people will come into the office hours and not have any questions, but walk away learning stuff that they didn't even know they should have asked the question for.
that's true.
Or for was that even a proper sentence? I don't know.
Mm.
Yeah, this hour has flown by, you guys. I'm trying to be respectful of everybody's time. I feel like I'm rushing, but yeah, that was a fast hour.
That was fun though. And then, let us know too if you like this. We'll do it again every month. And I liked it. I think Liz liked it. It was fun. Looks like the listeners liked it. There's no thumbs down. Watch somebody go do
Whew.
thumbs down now.
Shh, don't do that. But yes, if you listen to the Seller Community Podcast, we would love your review on Apple Podcasts. It helps other sellers get recommended the podcast for them. Um, if you have anything bad to say, text me first so we can make it. No, I'm just kidding. Leave an honest review. I can't tell you to falsify a review,
Yeah, we want
but
that
we would
honesty.
love your review.
Ed, the reselling writer, we are going to do every month. So we'll
Yeah.
do the last week of the month. And I think it depends on how things go, but I think we're going to try and do some live stuff from Reseller Remix.
Yes. That would be so much fun. And yeah, there's a user Zenith that had some questions or information that they needed for List Perfectly cross posting to Facebook Marketplace. Man, we're all in your shoes. Please join the Facebook group. There are over 7,500 users in that group, and it is a highly active group. So many great sellers with so many great tips, ready, willing, and able to help you out. Um, and I think that I
Yeah.
know what you're talking about there. So yes, thank you. Yeah, that link there is like that's the group to be in.
And yeah, sellers helping sellers. If you're not in there, it's not just List Perfectly. It's,
Yeah.
platform stuff, all the platforms, it's just sellers helping sellers. And that's what this is all about, what the podcast is all about. And that's why we do the live stuff too. Live without a
Yes.
net, Liz. You survived.
Yes. I survived. I survived an hour, our second live cast, the first one, just the 2 of us, and maybe I can breathe out some of the tension and get over my live jitters.
Watch now tomorrow night, I'll be like, Liz O'Kane is live on YouTube.
I'll be like, "Hey, I forgot to say something last night." By the way, I do have a YouTube channel. It's just Liz O'Kane, and there's a
Mhm.
lot of List Perfectly tips, so I'm gonna plug myself there. You can follow Doug and I on Instagram. I am at Colorado Reworn. Doug is at Snoop. Oh my gosh, you tell him who you are, Doug.
Snoop.Dougie. You can
Thank
follow me at
you.
Snoop.Dougie or at Albums That Saved Us. That's my music podcast. And I'd love for you to follow me on TikTok too. I'm doing some experimental stuff on TikTok. Nothing crazy, but I want to try and grow it.
Okay, and we're over time, but it's okay because speaking of TikTok, TikTok's super cool. I fall down the TikTok rabbit hole. List Perfectly's on TikTok also.
Yeah,
Growing
doing
their
a great
TikTok,
job. Cool
get
stuff.
on there, follow List Perfectly. A lot of cool seller stuff going on TikTok. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, everyone that joined us tonight, and for all of your kind words. This is like nerve wracking for me. Whew.
You're gonna cry? You
I'm
hate
not
to
going to
say
cry. I'm just
goodbye?
sweating. I
Oh,
hate
is
to
that
say
what it is?
goodbye.
I hate
It's
to
like
say
I'm one
goodbye.
of those people that it takes you like 20 minutes to say goodbye to when I get off the phone. I'm like, okay, bye. Oh, one more thing. By the
I
way,
gotta
did
go,
you?
Liz. I gotta go.
Okay, what do you say, Doug? Do we do the?
All right. Well, it would be see you next month, right?
Yeah,
All
so
right.
we will see you
See you
next
next
month.
month.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
everybody. It was fun.
It was fun. Thank you.
All right. We'll do the Zoom wave. We'll pretend we're on a Zoom call.